yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Bella Verita, I do think that worked. We got the Heart of Influence. It's Trajectory Tuesday. Bella Verita, we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence. I believe the only human attainable superpower, the ability to cause yes. Who's here?
Sean, we have some extraordinary people here today, and they are excited to hear what my fun fact is about the patent that we just got done talking about over there. Wait till I share that for my fun fact. But first, we're going to introduce all of you fine folks. Welcome to the Heart of Influence from Cranford, New Jersey. Tax Resolution Authority and IRS enrollment agent coaching individuals and business owners to reduce taxes and retain wealth. Entrepreneurial thought leader, franchising tax, DRX, and empower CPAs, EAs, and attorneys with scalable financial success opportunities. Innovative financial strategist, simplifying bookkeeping through getmybooksright.com, delivering clarity, compliance, and confidence of small business growth. Let's welcome to the show, Hudson Ace.
Hudson, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Hudson, Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, and everybody, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So we kick this game off, Hudson, with a fun fact. It's a headline, not a story. Bella's got her gong show, Chuck Barris, yeah, that thing, if we go too far. But a headline could be like, I'm a blind man, which I am, that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions. That's a headline. Not a headline is, in 1975, my mom found out that I, like her father, would go blind. And what my mom said to herself was, it's a story, gone. So we're looking for a proud moment, adventurous moment, and or surprising moment, and or shocking moment, silly moment, any moment, Hudson, that will make us say, Hudson.
Hey.
Yes, so please, Hudson, what is your headline? Fun fact.
And I just want to check in. Do you prefer going by Hudson or do you prefer Ace? Because I see Ace in quotation. So what do you prefer to be named?
Well, it's interesting. Hudson is fine, but Ace is my fun fact.
Oh,
okay. I earned that name. That nickname is because I'm an avid golfer. In a matter of 3 years, I had 2 aces.
Oh.
An ace is a hole-in-one, fellas.
That is a super sick, crazy headline fun fact. I've never heard of somebody having 2 holes in 1 year. Personally, I'm sure it's happened. But Ace, congratulations. That's Ace. Do you want to go by Hudson or Ace today?
Hudson is fine.
Hudson is fine. Let's go.
Hudson. Welcome, Hudson, to the Heart of Influence. And next from Scarsdale, New York, Israel, American sociologist and global strategist, shaping international discourse on democracy, identity, security, U.S. Israel relations worldwide, entrepreneur, philanthropist, driving transformative culture, education, and pro-Israel initiatives that strengthen communities and elevate social resilience. Let's welcome to the show Dr. Phil Jacobs. Not that Dr. Phil, a different Dr. Phil.
Sir, how shall we refer to you today? Dr. Phil, Dr. Jacobs, how shall we refer to you?
Yeah, Dr. Phil's cool.
Dr. Phil is cool. You're cool, Dr. Phil, and your headline fun fact.
Yeah, it was a mouthful what she said, but yeah. So somebody else mentioned they were dyslexic, and I had the misfortune of ending up being admitted to college at age 16, which was a big mistake, but that's what happened. And it was a little immature, and so I had a meeting with the dean in my.
We're going gong, 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 gong.
I was dismissed from college, and I had to get a job as a balloon peddler in the World's Fair when I met my wife, and my life became terrific.
That is amazing. I love this. Balloon peddler.
Yeah, balloon peddler, thrown out of college for being a goof off, became a balloon peddler at the World's Fair, met my wife, and she set me straight, and I became a human being.
That's amazing. Love Dr. Phil. Super fun. Let's go, Bella Rita.
Let's go. Great. Next up from Great Neck, New York, empowering educator, author, and podcaster committed to guiding youth and shaping confident, value-driven young leaders. 3 decades children's advocate, mentoring youth, supporting families, and inspiring fearless, self-expressed girls into community and nonprofit work. Author and podcast voice stories of resilience, culture, and heritage, and the power within every child to lead. Let's welcome to the show, Charlie.
Edna, warm welcome to
Thank you.
Art of Influence, your headline fun fact, please, Edna.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you.
One fun fact, I was back in the days when I was playing tennis, which I loved it. I became really good because I played every day. And finally, I was invited to play in the US Open.
That's incredible. Playing the US Open. I'm sorry?
Yes. Yes, and I was not an athlete, but I love tennis. I still love it. But guess what? It was really fun to hear it. I got excited. I came home. I told my husband, my son. It was amazing for a few days, but then I decided not to do it because I thought maybe I should do something else with my time. So I passed on it, but it was fun to be.
So our headline fun fact for everybody would be Edna was invited to play in the US Open and declined to do something better with her time.
That's it.
Is that Edna?
Right.
Bella Rita.
That is an excellent fun fact. Welcome, Edna, to the Heart of Influence. Next up from Plattsburgh, New York, visionary, financial innovator, and CEO, redefining economic well-being through clarity, simplicity, and empowerment for healthcare business owners. Thought leader, storytelling, blending philosophy, purpose, and practical guidance to inspire personal transformation and financially liberating organizational cultures. Creator of The Engine podcast platform, amplifying bold conversations on sound monkey, human potential, and authentic relationship evolution. Let's welcome to the show, Jeffrey Deary.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. So,
Jeffrey, warm welcome to Heart of
is-
Influence. Please, your headline.
Sorry?
I said warm welcome.
Fun
to your
fact.
headline
Okay.
fun.
Here we go. I just dialed 911 and fell down on my front yard thinking about how much the medical visit was going to cost rather than if I was going to live or die. Priorities were a bit skewed.
That is very, very fun. And that literally just happened, or are you just saying that in fun?
This is a couple of years ago.
Wow. That's crazy. So thank you for that, Jeffrey. Bella Rita.
Thank you for that, Jeffrey. Next up, coming from somewhere in the world, strategic business attorney blending litigation, insight, and preventative legal architect to protect founders, companies, and accelerating entrepreneurial ventures. sought after speaker, educator, simplifying contracts, trademark compliance, and founder exits for growth-minded CEOs and innovators. Connector and ecosystem builder, empowering entrepreneurs through legal guidance, trusted advisory relationships, and expansive professional networks across multiple networks. Let's welcome to the show, Kimberly Robinson.
Kimberly, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. And your headline fun fact, please.
Thank you. So I guess my fun fact is that although I'm an attorney for entrepreneurs, I have my own practice, I never wanted to own my own business.
Oh, wow. How's it going for you? It sounds like it's going great.
Love it now.
Let's go, Kimberly. Awesome job. Belgrade, does that bring us to the woman that assembled the people?
It does not yet. We have two more.
Whoa, clown cars. Let's go.
Yes. So first up from Scarsdale, New York, dedicated lifelong educator guiding adolescents into confident young adults through comprehensive counseling, developmental support, and purpose-driven future planning. Influential Jewish educator, leader shaping meaningful gap year experiences in Israel and fostering identity, resilience, and global connection. Respected community voice serving women's leadership organizations and supporting Israel student advancement and empowering engagement across, generations. Let's welcome to the show, Majori Jacobs.
Majori, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, and please your headline.
Thanks for having me. So I think a headline is, given the fact that I wound up in New York and have a total career here in education and so forth, I was raised on a ranch in North Florida and had a horse when I was 3. And my father's parting comment to me when I was 18 and left to go to New York was, the last place in the world I want you to go is New York City. It's just history.
Well, it seems like it worked out though, Majori, correct? Awesome. Congratulations on all that. That's a beautiful fun fact. Belgrade, Majori's here. Her dad loved her, but he was wrong.
He was wrong. Next up, I think coming from the great state of New Jersey, broad leader advancing women's empowerment, philanthropic innovations through Jewish Women's Foundation of New York with visionary influence, heart-centered global community builder inspiring conscious living, feminine leadership, and planetary stewardship through communication, holistic empowerment, and culture engagement. Multi-platform media voice, hosting, influential broadcasting, amplifying possibility, economic equality, sustainability, and collective elevation across diverse international audiences and communities. Let's welcome to the show, Goddess Prosper.
Thank you, Bella, for the best introduction ever. So, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, by the way.
Your headline fun fact, please.
Headline fun fact is, saw Andrea Catania do push-ups, and I was like, I need to do more. So I've been boxing every day. Almost didn't make it to the gym today, but I did make it, and I had my boxing class just before here and had enough time to get here.
Left, right, left, right, left. Am I hearing you correctly, Goddess Prosper?
That's right. A 1-2, 1-2.
Let's go get it. Goddess is in the building. Does that bring us to?
That brings us to.
So the woman that assembled the people, we want to express massive gratitude to her. This is a woman who is on the board of the National Investment Banking Association, NIBA, and she has brought 200 companies public in the 7 different ways that you can bring a company public. We're super grateful for her, the one and only Andrea Catania. And Andrea, please, your headline fun fact.
Well, speaking of push-ups, thanks to Sean Callaghy, I can do, and it really is thanks to you, 1,000 push-ups in one day, 100 at a clip, and I count the weirdest way because of your example. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I do 20, and it feels like I did 20, but I've done 100. So just want you to know, my crazy fun fact is I actually do your bizarre counting.
AC, love it.
I think you both need to go back to math school.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, Rita. So that brings us to the feisty one that assembled the people. That's a crazy fun fact, Andrea. And this woman began her career, to my right, in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. By the age of 19, she did 3 words together. Don't go together. Teenager, network marketing, 7-figure business. Come on now. 24, 25, 26 years old. She's three-peating like Michael Jordan, except not in hoops, but instead as Nevada's #1 business broker. Male-dominated industry. She's the first woman ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker, and let alone due to 24 when she was the youngest person, take that, dudes, ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker, 24, 25, and 26, let alone 3 straight times, of course. Excuse me. Then she started trading Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every sales team shortcut doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. She says she learned it from YouTube, but it was a blind man. Yes, let's not forget that. And she's a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author, philanthropist that raised $10 million plus with the Unblinded team, who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer. This woman put the heart in the heart of influence in her 1900 plus episode. Let's welcome to her show, the one, the only, Bella Rita. Miss Bella Rita, please, your headline fun fact.
Well, I was going to share the headline fun fact that I was trying to trademark your ass, but I'm not going to share that fun fact. I'm going to go with the fun fact, since we've got a good Jewish community here, that I think I am a quarter Jewish because my grandfather on my father's side is a German Jew and sold vacuums door to door. So I've learned all my sales and influence skills from my Jewish grandfather. That is my fun fact for today. And you got a fine ass.
Thank you. This is overwhelmingly ridiculous. Adam Sandler's third Hanukkah song, Bella's going to be a feature part of it. So let's go. That is my, yes, my contribution for now. Let's go.
Let's go. Let me introduce my co-host, who just this week came out and is the #1 podcast on Blinded with Sean Callagy, the #1 podcast in the entire country. Congratulations, Sean Callagy. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, this year, he'll actually be named one of the first self-funded blind unicorn founder. And when he's not busy flying around, he's speaking on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. When he's not doing all of that, he's an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for charity in 2 years. Let's welcome to the show my co-host, my unicorn plus one.
So yes, thank you for that. And just to be super clear, we were just named #1 on Apple Podcast in business. So super grateful for that, for the entire team and all the work that got into that. And I'll go with this is my headline fun fact. Is we were skiing in the Austrian Alps just 2 short years ago with the remarkable Bella Rita. And I'm blind. And Bella lost me in the Austrian Alps while we were skiing. So that is my headline fun fact for today, when we had a webinar to do with Joseph McClendon of Tony Robbins relationship fame in Germany, like 5 hours later. And so I was lost. We were lost in the Austrian Alps, having to get to Germany for a podcast, a webinar.
Yes.
So
we did find him and bring him back, so all turned out okay.
Yes, we made it back.
We made it back.
So who's going first?
How about, Sean? I think we should kick it off with Hudson.
I think we should kick it off with Hudson. That's a great idea.
That's a great
also
idea.
known as Ace, 2 holes in 1. So Hudson, here's what we're doing. This may be a little less complicated than 2 holes in 1, but we do believe it's super valuable. How do you cause yes? So Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client, charitable fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, whomever you like, Hudson, because like pitching, hooking, closing, yuck, like that's not going to get us anywhere. But what does it look like when heart-centered, sophisticated people come together and yes should actually happen? You'll be joining the more than 9,000 people, Hudson, that have participated on the show since its inception. So Hudson, please, it doesn't have to be a final yes, it doesn't have to be a sale. It could just be yes for a longer conversation. But Hudson, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
She could be a prospective client.
And what would her pain point be, Hudson, as a potential client of yours?
Someone who owes the IRS over 100,000.
Oh, perfect. Stella, take us in.
And, based on back taxes.
All right, let's do it. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you? Thank you for reaching out to Tax DRX. My name is Hudson. I'll be conducting this free consultation just to understand what's happening with you and how we can be of assistance.
Yeah. So I've had some really just challenges keeping up with my taxes because I'm allergic to doing them. And so, I get around to doing them, every couple of years or so. And then but then they come with this enormous bill and I'm like, I don't understand. I don't really think I should have to pay this. And so then it kind of sits there and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do something about it. Maybe the IRS should get their money and so that's how the story kind of goes.
Okay. So,
I work hard for my money. I don't feel like the IRS should get it.
Understood. So it can go one of three ways, right? So in our meeting, we're going to find out precisely how it happened, and I'll give you some options on how to best address it. So it's going to go one of three ways. It's either based on the way that we're able to show what your financials are, because if we show that you have the income and assets to pay, unfortunately, you will have to pay it. Okay. However, if we could show that you don't have the income and assets to pay, we can negotiate either a non-uncollectible or we can negotiate pennies to a dollar to pay it back.
Ooh, I like pennies more than dollars.
Right. And lastly, there could be a situation where, okay, I do have the income or assets, but now we're given an opportunity to spread it over a period of 6 years, right? So it makes it, we're paying it back, but it makes it a comfortable payback, right? So of those three, what do you think, where do you think financially you are going to end up? And then again,
probably somewhere right in the middle. I'm not completely destitute and make somewhat of a decent income. So, maybe the IRS should get a little bit.
Okay. And lastly, we would want to make sure that it doesn't happen again. So how did it come about?
I'm just busy.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm too busy to do taxes. They're just boring to do. I'd much rather go shopping.
Understood. Well, working with us, we'll handle the tax part, but we also want to be compliant. So we want to do the proper tax planning ahead of time. So at least quarterly, we're paying these things up front. So at tax time, we're not, stuck at a crunch. So would you like to have a further discussion to?
I would, as long as you don't try to cut my shopping budget. Are you going to try to cut my shopping budget?
Absolutely not.
All right, then you got yourself a meeting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great job, Ace. Hudson says I should double my shopping budget.
I'm sure Hudson did not say that. So, Hudson, but who's following up Hudson?
Up for Hudson is Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Perfect. Who would you like Bella to be from Melodious with?
Dr. Phil. So I want her to be Antonio Guterres. Do you know who Antonio Guterres is?
No.
Not.
UN Secretary General.
Oh,
He's the UN Secretary General, and I'm going to explain to the UN Secretary General the horrible mistake he's making and why he stinks.
Oh, I cannot wait for this conversation.
Perfect. Let's go. I can't either.
Okay. Secretary,
can you?
No. I'm going to enjoy this.
Oh boy.
Secretary General. You know the biggest, Madam Secretary General.
Yes.
You know the biggest problems in the world are like climate change,
yes,
world hunger, the war in Ukraine. Why do most of the resolutions that you, Madam Secretary, pass always focus on the teeny-weeny little tiny country of Israel with 9 million people, when 500,000 people, Madam Secretary, have been killed in Ukraine in the last 2 years? We're going to fall off a cliff with climate change. Nothing's happening. Nothing's being done. You're not taking leadership. Why are you spending all your darn time castigating Israel and not addressing these world hunger? I mean, Madam Secretary, 2 million people die every year from hunger. So why do you spend all your precious time, Madam Secretary, doing that? So here's what I want you to do. I want every morning till you go in the bathroom, and when you look in the mirror, I want you to think, what are my 4 global problems? World hunger, 500,000 dead boys between Ukraine and Russia, nuclear war, nuclear disarmament, and climate change. So think about positively impacting that, enormously alleviating human suffering, and get off of this crazy, weird obsession, Madam Secretary. Why are you so obsessed about this tiny, eeny, weeny country to the peril of the rest of humanity? It just doesn't make sense. Please refocus your job, redefine it, and do what the UN was supposed to do, alleviate suffering in the world and build a better world. Thank you very much.
Miss Dr. Phil, I appreciate everything that you have shared. I understand that you have some concerns, and what I can assure you is no matter is too small or too big, and there is a holistic approach that we look at everything through, and I will take your recommendations into consideration. And unfortunately, I got another meeting to get to, but I'll take your recommendations into consideration and we can go from there.
The one final thing I will say, when you go to the emergency room, they do triage and they take the most seriously ill people who need the immediate care first and leave, the stub feet and the hangnails to last. So many people are dying because of world hunger. 500,000 dead boys between Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
The catastrophe of nuclear war.
These are serious matters, I assure you, and we're not leaving, and we're having discussions about everything. We're not leaving anything to chance. You may not agree with everything, but I guarantee you, and I promise you that we are taking a serious look at everything. Unfortunately, I got to go now, Dr. Phil, but I'll have my constituents reach out for further conversation.
Thank you. And I'm sure when we meet again that most of the resolutions will be focusing on the important stuff.
Yes, sir.
Excellent work, Dr. Phil and Bella Verita. I'm sure that was a fascinatingly fun role play for you.
Yes.
That's awesome. Great job, Dr. Phil, for real. So thank you for that. And Bella Verita, let's get the feedback for our friend Hudson and Dr. Phil. Let's see what the feedbackers have to say.
Let's do that, feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Hudson or Dr. Phil, something that they did great, something they could do to improve, and then what is one word on how they left you feeling. So let's kick it off with Jeffrey. Jeffrey, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Hudson, please?
I'm convinced that the United Nations should probably just be given back to whomever. I think it was the Rockefellers that donated it. I don't want to get involved with them. So best of luck with that bureaucratic mess that you're entangling yourself with, Dr. Phil.
All right. And Jeffrey, what's one word of how Dr. Phil made you feel?
Interested. At how we categorize 4 very large problems, I would like to see how those are impactful and how they would compare to what I would view as large problems.
Cool.
That's a conversation right there.
There you go.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Let's go. Edna. Edna, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Hudson, please?
For Hudson, I think, 1 second. My connection is not good. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Edna, do you want to give your 30 seconds of feedback? Well, you just muted yourself, so now we're not going to be able to hear you.
Let's come back to Edna.
All right, come back to Edna when you unmute yourself. Let's go, Kimberly. Oh, there you go, Edna. So, Edna, your 30 seconds of feedback for Hudson, please.
Let's go to Kimberly.
I'll jump in.
Let's go, Kimberly. Your 30 seconds of feedback for Hudson, please.
Okay. I like how you gave her options and how you kind of approached the problem chronologically, like past, present, and future. So kind of what happened to get us here, how we're going to deal with the problem that we have now, and then there's options, and then how we're going to prevent this from happening again in the future.
Beautiful. And one word of how you felt.
Hopeful.
Nice. Thank you, Kimberly. Right.
Thank you, Kimberly. Let's go, Majori. Actually, I just learned that Majori is Dr. Phil's wife. So I don't think Majori should be giving her husband any feedback. So Majori, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Hudson as well?
So I was really impressed with Hudson's ability to maintain his cool whenever you seemed, Bella, I don't want to like disparage you, but you did seem rather self-centered and all about shopping. And he didn't pick up the debate at all. He stuck with the point. He said, we just have to approach this in a logical fashion, and you broke it down how you could do it. I was sitting here saying, how spoiled can you be? But no, that's not where he went. He was so cool. Really fabulous.
No, and Majori, it's one word then. Great job, Majori, of how Hudson made you feel.
He made me feel hopeful. If I used to go to the IRS, I get him.
Let's go.
That's awesome. Thank you, Majori. And let's go, Goddess Prosper. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Phil, please?
Dr. Phil, I personally can sit with you on that subject for hours. And at the same time, my personal feedback, I would say to cause micro yeses, because I don't think that you had her listening. And actually, I know how your heart is just jumping out of your chest to make a difference in the world. I feel you on that. And how could we cause an even ground to actually see if we can team up together to have this process work together is what I would be asking instead of blaming. So I think that you did an awesome job, and I know that you're coming from your heart. And so how do we cause that heart to reach her heart ultimately?
Thank you. Awesome. And one word of how you felt, Goddess.
I felt moved.
Nice. Thank you, Goddess. Bella Farita, is it time? Oh, Angie, do you want to have one word?
Sure. Yeah. My one word for Hudson, sophisticated. My one word for Dr. Phil, passionate.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Andrew Catania. Which now brings us to an interesting moment. It is the moment when Bella Vrita turns the tables and puts me on the hot seat. Bella Vrita, over to you.
Yes. So, Andrea, as you all know, and everybody, this is the time in the show that I get to put my co-host on the hot seat in scenarios that he has no idea about. Because you may have noticed I've been cooking, doing some things over here. I've been working on some scenarios. Andrea, I've got 3 scenarios for you to choose from. You can choose from either one of these 3 scenarios. You can change anything or scrap them all together and come up with much harder yourself. Option number 1 is I thought Sean could role play Edna going from Hello to Yes with Serena Williams to be on her podcast, Most Famous Woman Tennis Player. So that is option number 1. Option number 2, of course, will be a reverse role play. Sean playing Dr. Phil going from Hello to Yes with the Senate person. That is option number 2. And then option number 3 is Sean could role play Hudson going from Hello to Yes with Nicolas Cage, who once owed over $6 million in past taxes, to work with him on his tax issues. So, Andrea, those are the 3 scenarios I have for you. Any of those tickle your fancy?
I like the first one a lot. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, where Sean role plays Edna, looking to get on Serena Williams' podcast.
Oh my God, I that's amazing. I would have loved to, but my connection is really bad.
No, you're not going to do it.
So-
Sean's going to be you.
Sean
Sean's
is
going to
going
be
to
you.
be okay.
You're going to
okay.
watch. You're
Yeah,
going to
I'm
watch
gonna
Sean
watch.
be
Okay,
you.
I got it. Got it.
And then,
Okay.
Andrea, who do you want to play Serena Williams?
Ooh. Ooh. Oh gosh. I think it should be Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, are you up for playing Serena Williams? You kind of look alike.
You do. That's what got me.
We went to the same tennis academy.
That's true.
Rick Macy in Florida.
Okay, and so just
Yeah.
Andrew, real quick, thank you for that, Jeffrey. So I know Edna's got a connection challenge. So Edna's mission currently in life is Andrea or Bella?
Well, her mission is she's a leader in several organizations for Jewish women in business, and is also a podcaster and an author of children's books. However, this has to do with her fun fact, which is her being
Okay,
on the
let's go.
U.S. team and being offered to be in the U.S. Open.
Got it. Okay. So hi, is Miss Williams available?
Yes, this is her.
Hey, Miss
Who's
Williams,
speaking, please?
this is Edna. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Great time.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. And Miss Williams, I know that you know who you are. I just want you to know that I know who you are, how busy you are, how in demand you are. I'm massively grateful for this opportunity. I will keep us to our 2 minutes and 40 seconds of counting. But if I may ask, what prompted you to even say yes to this conversation in the first place? Again, much gratitude.
I had heard wonderful things about you, Sean, and as a
Well,
result,
my name is Edna, actually. So
oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, sure.
Apologies. Oh, my apologies. No, I had heard wonderful things about what you had done with education, how you are promoting ideas, and I am just here to realize, try to flesh it out a little bit more. What would you like to say to people?
Sure. Well, thank you, Miss Williams. And if I could, before I even share that, I know that you have this desire for impact, desire for truth, desire for elevation of possibility. Am I hearing all those things correctly, Miss Williams, about your mission?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so from that,
That's always first and foremost for me.
yeah. So from that place, then may I share a couple of quick things that may or may
Please
not.
do.
Yeah. So what Miss Williams, just as a super crazy fun fact, I began training in tennis and I was actually invited to play in the US Open and I declined. So I have such massive appreciation for what you've done on a microscopic level. I could have been on, in a US Open tournament, but I am so clear on what it takes in the process of mastery to be that driven, that committed. And so, Miss Williams, again, thank you for everything you do in the world. And from that place, though, I took the energy and that passion that I had for tennis and I applied it to women in business and particularly Jewish women in business. But I'm going to stand for all women and the dynamics and possibilities that are present in the business world. What I'm also present to is how fundamentally broken our traditional educational systems are for all people in America and quite frankly around the world. So what I'm going to stand for is truth and not just subjective truth and perspective and politics, but also objective reality. There's a way to build business. There's a way to gain freedom in capitalist structures. There's a way to gain influence and even compound influence so we could effectuate positive change in the world. This is what this is all about. And Miss Williams, it would be an incredible honor to have you on our podcast. I think it would be fantastic for you to continue to elevate your message, your impact in the world. But I know we're at time, Miss Williams. So if there's not enough information in these 3 minutes, what I would simply propose is perhaps a 15-minute follow-up conversation where I can answer even more questions. I'd be happy to answer those questions now if you want. I have time, but I know your time is very limited, and your team told me 3 minutes hard stop. So, Miss Williams, simple question is, how would it resonate with you or not to have a 15-minute follow-up conversation so I can answer any additional questions about why you spending an hour on my podcast virtually would actually be a great utilization of your time and how I'd be super grateful to you, Miss Williams.
Well, let me give you a very simple answer. It's yes, and it's the Jerry Maguire answer. You had me at US Open. We could have been across the net from each other. It could have been one of those things where we were experiencing our competitive drive against each other. That
Well,
is hands down just a clincher for me.
Well, thank you, Miss Williams. And I'm quite sure that if we were across the net from one another, it would not have gone well for me, but I think we'll do well together in the podcast setting. So thank you so much, Miss Williams. And should I set that follow up with your assistant, Tom, that set us up for this conversation today?
Please do. Tom would be very pleased to hear from you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day. See you soon. Thank you, Miss Williams, and congratulations on
You as
all.
well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And roll.
Goodbye.
So thank you, Jeffrey. So Jeffrey, great job as Miss Serena Williams. Thank you for that. How did I do, Jeffrey, as Edna? And Jeffrey, how was your time today on the Heart of Influence?
You did very well. There's a lot to explain, but your approach with it is just, it's kind, it's measured, it's not too quick or anything like that. And people listen to that. There's positive energy, there's good body language coming there. They respond to that well.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that very much. And how was your time overall with us, Jeffrey, on the Heart of Influence here today?
I really enjoyed this. The irony of that somebody that was a tennis player too. I was actually a tennis academy kid down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at the same tennis academy as Serena, the Rick Macy Academy, from 98 to 99.
That's
So
incredible.
the coincidence is remarkable.
Well, congratulations on all of that. And thanks for being here today and joining the more than 9,000 people that have been the Heart of Influence. Thank you, Jeffrey. Really great job as Serena Williams.
Wonderful experience. Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go, Dr. Phil. Honoring you, sir, for jumping in that participant seat in a complicated, big conversation. I always have my heart moved by people that step in into it as you did. Congratulations, wonderful work. And how was your time today, Dr. Phil, on the Heart of Influence?
So first of all, I appreciate the comment about passion, but passion without convincingness, you know, is not as valuable. So I love your convincingness. I love how you entered the other person's reality and got them to see where you had the same goal as they. And that's very good. And that's how you get people to yes, by disarming them in that way and smoothly accepting everything they're saying, but turning them to understand why what you're saying is so essential to their well-being.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Amen. Aligned. Wonderful job, Dr. Phil. Let's go to Hudson, aka Ace, the hole-in-one times two dude. Really beautiful job, Hudson. Thanks for kicking us off in that participant seat. And Hudson, how was your time today on the Heart of Influence?
It was comfortable. I'm constantly speaking with people, and as an advisor, it's getting yourself onto their side and letting them know that we're on the same side. I'm basically here to help you, right? And so what I got out of this in kind of looking and observing your interaction is how deep you get into that person's world. So as though you've done the research to even know more about them. And it was like, whoa, you didn't keep it at the surface level.
Yeah.
That kind of teaches me, hey, I need to kind of know and go that much deeper to create that whole synergy and trust.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got.
Yeah. So Hudson, amen. Have you ever seen Charlie Brown, Hudson, like Snoopy, Charlie Brown?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
We grew up on that.
Of course. Hudson, what does Charlie Brown's teacher say? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay.
Because what that is
Mhm.
an illustration that the teacher in Charles Schultz's brilliance does not have any rapport with the students. So therefore, the students are hearing absolutely nothing the teacher is saying or any adult is saying in Peanuts because the children are not getting the listening of the adults. So we talk about emotional rapport because all of human communication is filtered by people. So how do we remove the filters? So what we're taking from our mind, our heart, our soul, and energetically transferring it to another, all of those filtration dynamics are removed. That's emotional rapport. That's why we go deep. That's what Oprah Winfrey said is the reason she held the microphone for 30,000 people and faced massive racial bias, gender bias, teen pregnancy, sexual abuse, and yet is worth 25,000 times the median American household is because she told people, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And when we do that, the filters are removed and all sorts of messages come through and are acted upon. So just a couple of thoughts. And thank you for that, Hudson. Beautiful job.
Welcome. Thank you.
Let's go. First of all, I just want to thank Edna for being here. I know you're having connectivity issues, but thank you for being here. Thank you for participating and bringing your energy. And let's go, Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you for being here. Even though you never wanted to own a business, here you are. Definitely created some results. And Kimberly, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Fantastic. Thank you. The energy that Sean and Bella bring to this program is truly palpable. Even though we're all separate and I've never been involved in something like this, that's really the word that came to mind. The second thing I wanted to say that made an impression on me is, Sean, what you just said about the role of role playing. And that just resonated with me, especially when dealing with entrepreneurs, how important it is to let them know that you're there and you hear them. And sometimes really all they need, obviously there's a few attorneys on here right now, and obviously we counsel, but sometimes they also need like a cheerleader, a coach, an ear, and just to be like seen and heard, and that we're not trying to just look at them as a project, but kind of, I practice holistic lawyering, kind of getting the whole picture and like listening to what they're really telling you and kind of read between the lines, get there on a deeper level.
And Kimberly, you have tremendous energy. Like, right? You
Thank
feel
you.
like
Yes,
the
100%.
resonance
Yep.
of you. There's no question about that. And if I may offer one teeny little piece of a thought, would that be okay?
Sure, of course.
Your energy is so incredible, right? And there's no question people are going to love working with you. Now the trick is, how do you duplicate you, have other people see their future in you because you're doing it so right? And
Thank
now the question is how you don't become tired and exhausted over time, and you're building a team of people that operate as masterfully, as integrously, as empathetically and powerfully as you do. So just a quick thought, because you're doing it like it's clear. Great job, Kimberly.
That's really funny because that's something that I always think of, like when I build and scale more, how am I gonna trust somebody to kind of do what I do in my business?
Yeah. And please take it from someone who has. I built a 40-person law firm in 6 months out of law school within 2 years. I built a 100-person law firm after I sold that first firm about 4 years later. I have people that are absolute duplicates in that room across that wall. If you guys heard some voices, we're meeting with the most impactful AI IP law firm in America, the Finnegan firm. And I have our team over there that are essentially the scale of duplication of everything. They're having those meetings while I'm in here. They're incredible human beings. You can do this. I've done it. I'm blind. So if I can, you can. It's absolutely out there. And across that wall that way, for 20,000 square feet here, we have 34,000 open medical revenue recovery files for facilities in 50 states across America with other incredible human beings that are, again, representations of duplication scaling. So it is infinitely possible. There's a map, there's a way, a thing, but I just share that with you because clearly you love people, clearly you're amazing, and you should be duplicated. So thank you for that, Kimberly, for being here today.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amy, for that. Thank you, Kimberly. Let's go to the woman from the ranch to the jungles of New York City. Majority, thank you for being here. Beautiful energy. I loved your feedback that I was a little self-centered with my shoe budget and shopping budget. That was super fun. But Majority, thank you for being here. And if you'd like to unmute and just share with us how your experience was today.
I am amazed at how quickly the three of you, Andrea, Sean, Bella, can get to the heart of who we are and open us up to be accepting of what you have to give. It's just, and Sean, you may be blind, but you are really, really seeing very well. You see to the heart of everybody here. It's quite amazing. And, so I guess what's impressive to me is how quickly all of this bonds together and get everybody kind of engaged and excited about sharing and playing roles and trying to open themselves up to a greater reality.
Wow. Thank you, Majori. That is received with immense gratitude. And I do believe that's how we solve all of the gigantic problems in the world that your amazing husband was discussing, and how we get away from the nonsense and silliness of pretending that we're really working on things when all we are is mired in bureaucracy. So, his message certainly resonates in this space. So thank you for that and for your beautiful words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank that. Let's go, Goddess Prosper. Thank you for joining Andrea Catania today, bringing some guests here today. And how was your overall experience on Andrea Catania's Heart of Influence?
Overall experience, first of all, like world peace is so possible for just a brown girl and a brown Jewish girl out of Brooklyn. And I see it through the possibility of these conversations where it truly is the heart of influence, where and what you've created here, Sean and Bella, this is the opportunity for people to really stop and hear each other and hear ourselves. And the best part of it all is my curiosity, like that childlike curiosity that I remember having where I can ask more questions is opening up out of my experience of being here. So thank you.
Well, thank goddess. And you are, goddess, a master, period. Take that influence mastery, point it in the optimal direction, work with people here because you are clearly masterful. So just make sure you're applying that in a way that's going to add massive value to your world in the ways that it makes the most sense for you as soon as it makes sense for you. And I'm clear, like you can call us yes, like and point that incredible mastery tool, that superpower in the directions that make the most sense. So great job, goddess. And that is always clear for me, clear to me and for me every time you communicate. So thank you.
I think it's very impressive how you guys drew together a very diverse group of people to be laser focused on the same crucial topic, which is how do you get to yes? Because there's no success. All success is based personal, business, enterprise on getting to yes. If you don't get to yes, you're fighting. And why fight? Why not get to yes and collaborate? And I think it's impressive how such a diverse group of people are so focused on building on that and getting that goal to be part of their repertoire.
And brother, thank you. Amen. And here's why, because it's true what you're saying. Like it's true. And so truth vibrates differently. It's a question of how we get to true through the fear of people. That's why all these problems exist. All of them, the ones we've touched upon here today and all the rest. That's why little leagues are corrupt very often when dads are trying to have their kid be the star, right? Like people operate in integrity or they operate driven by fear. And when we're masterful enough to bring that forward, everybody's happier. Even the person whose kid isn't starting, if they realize that things will operate fairly and beautifully and wonderfully, like truth vibrates that way. But what our mission in the world is how do we empower and develop the mastery of people so when fear is hiding and pretending to be integrity, it can be found out and we just get the truth. And of course, we know that the greatest atrocities in human history, fiction and nonfiction, are all on the other side of people being galvanized through fear versus integrity. So that's what our work in the world is all about. So thank you and beautiful share. Belvry, does that bring us to Andrew?
It does.
Okay, Andrew Catania, beautiful work today. Great people, masterful people, growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous people, committed to mastery. That's the energy of the space. And Andrea, please, your final.
I just love all of the shares that we heard that encapsulate what we do here, which is this is about the loving pursuit of the relevant truth and the term integrity-based human influence that I learned when I met the Unblinded team and Sean Callaghy landed with me so deeply. It's not just about getting that yes, it's getting that yes with integrity. And the GHIC acronym that Sean just shared, the growth-driven, heart-centered person of integrity who's committed to rising in their mastery, is who we want to be spending time with so that 1+1 ecosystem can be combined, so that leaders could cause leaders to merge ecosystems, so that 1+1 could not be 2, 10, 100, but thousands, millions, trillions. And we have that power, we have that possibility for impact, and it's all here within us. So thank you, Sean, for teaching us the way you have and for helping us spread this incredible word of how to bring good forward.
Well, thank you for that, Andrea. Beautiful, beautiful. We have gifts for you in the chat. And those gifts are what we're chatting about with Finnegan. We had a conversation there with Kevin Mayer, who was on our podcast recently. He was in a finalist to be the CEO of Disney, but Lucasfilms, Pixar from Steve Jobs, Star Wars from George Lucas, Marvel Studios from David Maisel. about our agents. So if that dude is impressed, I assure you, you'll be impressed. Everybody's in the space of AI. We're in a different way. So check it out. It's there for you as an experience, as our gift. Ask any question you want about your business. Hey, how do we bring peace to the planet? Like, ask those questions and see what answers you get. I think you will be disruptively shocked at these voice agents and what's happening and the empathy and respect and precision directness we've created. So that's there for you as a gift. Build your funnel.
My final is I just first of all want to thank everybody for being here because the show is what it is because of each one of you that are here, bringing your hearts, your minds to the show, and everybody did an absolutely fantastic job. Andrea, great job bringing everybody together. It's been an honor and a privilege. Definitely check out those gifts in the chat. They are not throwaways. When I came here 5 years ago, the truth is I thought I could teach Sean everything I knew, and I have humbly continued to learn year after year. And he's not just a pretty face; he actually does touch everybody's heart that he reaches. So thank you all for being here.
You're too funny. So, and team, thank you for that, Bill Frida. If you could drop, please, team in the chat, also the Charlie Sheen podcast.
Yeah, they did
So,
that earlier.
yeah, so the Charlie Sheen podcast is live. It went live today. I think there'll be some really interesting moments because we interviewed him and I did on the podcast in a completely non-exploitive way. So how do you take somebody like Charlie Sheen and everybody's interviewing him to exploit him? And how do you bring out the mastery of him that's made him as profoundly, insanely successful as he's been? It's an incredible interview. It's there on the Unblinded Sean Callagy podcast. That's why we're number one in business, because we're here to bring truth forward, not to exploit. So thank you for that. Final. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that we all want. Listen, we're all here for more, maybe more financial abundance and/or more duplication and scaling and/or more impact. But at the end of the day, with that more sitting right in front of our face, we could all use a little unblinding. Because with the possibilities for more right before our very eyes, the unfortunate challenge for all of us, is that everyone on earth, including us at some level, is blind
and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Have a great day, everybody. Really great job. Thank you all.